Hey, Tripp Kramer here from trippadvice.com, and we're going to be talking about how you can respond to a loaded question. Now, you're going to be going out and you're going to be meeting girls, and you're also going to be getting into relationships. And you're going to come to a point where the girl that you're with or the girl that you're meeting is going to be asking you a loaded question. Now, a loaded question is basically a question that doesn't have a correct answer. It's like any way you answered, you're not going to be giving her the right one. And they're also questions that bring up bigger types of topics. Now, I have some examples here that I'm going to show you, ones that come up fairly frequently. These are the top ones, I would say, in terms of what kind of questions you're going to hear from a girl. And don't fast forward this video. I do have a line that you can use word for word that is going to help you respond to any of these loaded questions. We got to go through these so you can really understand what's going on, and then I'll give you the line that you can use and help you understand how you can use this to respond properly to these loaded questions. Here's the first example. Do I look fat in this? Now, you may have heard this. Maybe you even have experienced this before. When you're with a girl, you're on a date or you're getting ready to go on a date, and she tries on her clothes and she says, "Do I look fat in this?" If you haven't gotten this, I promise you, very high chance that you will get this question. Another one is, do you think that girl is prettier than me? And there's a lot of different variations of that. A girl might say, do you think my friends are pretty? Do you think my friends are prettier than me? She'll point to a girl and just say, do you think that girl's prettier than me? What a tough question to answer, right? What a tough question to answer. So this is another one we're going to be dealing with. Then there's this. This happens when you first meet a girl. She might say, how old are you? Now, in some ways, she might be asking you this because she truly wants to know how old you are, but she also might be asking you with a kind of smirk on her face, like, how old are you? Like she's wondering if you're younger or if you're older. She's not necessarily asking because she wants to know your age, but she's almost teasing you a little bit, like, how old are you? Another common one is, how many girls have you slept with? This conversation comes up maybe in the first interaction, maybe after a few dates. The girl's going to want to know, how many girls have you slept with? She might ask that, and this is a tough one because there's no real right answer. You know, what's the right number to say? Is it 1? What if it's 10? What if it's 30? What if it's 100? Right? At this point, there's no real answer that's going to make her be like, oh, okay, well, that's a good number, right? It all depends. So this is another loaded question. So now I want to give you my line that you can say, and we're going to attack each and every one of these with this line, and I can give you an idea of how the conversation is going to go. But the line you say to her after she asks you a question similar to those, or maybe another question you encounter that seems like it's a loaded question, like it's a very personal question or something that can't lead to a great answer, you're going to say this. You'll say, why are you asking me this question? Okay, that's going to be your response. Now, something very important here. When you're saying this to her, I don't want you to say it as a joke. I don't want you to say it with a little smirk on your face. I don't want you to say it as if you're being playful. I want you to respond in a way that you're serious. You're more curious. You're going to have a curious look on your face. You're going to say, why are you asking me this question? Like, you want to know. You're not going to say it in a mean way either. It's going to be semi-neutral. You're not going to be like, why are you asking me this question? Because then it's just going to escalate and you're going to sound defensive. So I want you to say it with a curiosity in your tone. Why are you asking me this question? And this is going to stop her in her tracks because she's going to be a little bit caught off guard. She's probably expecting someone to say the answer or get defensive. But you're going to be just asking her why she wants to know this question, because there's always a deeper meaning behind one of these loaded questions. I wouldn't take it at face value. If she's asking you, do I look fat in this? What she's really saying is she just wants reassurance from you that she still feels beautiful in your eyes. You let her know that she is beautiful. And when you ask her, why are you asking me this question? She might start to have a conversation with you on a very mature level about what she's really trying to say. So think about that in terms of all these different questions. Same here when she asks, do you think that girl's prettier than me? Well, maybe you've been looking at that girl, which you should not do if you're on a date, but if she's asking this, she just wants reassurance that you think that she's beautiful. And you answer and you say, you know how beautiful I think you are. That's how I want you to respond. And hopefully it's true. You're going to let her know that she still is beautiful to you. Now, when she asks you, how old are you? I think it's good for you to know why she's asking that. If she just wants to know how old you are, which she'll probably end up just saying that, that's fine. But maybe you did something that made her think one way or the other. Say, why are you asking me this question? Most likely she's going to say, well, I'm just curious. And then you just be honest with her. But you say it in a very confident tone. So if you're much younger and you're hitting on an older girl, or you're much older and you're hitting on a younger girl, be confident in your age. Just tell her straight up and then ask her. You say, you know what, I'm 27. How old are you? But you still ask her, why are you asking me this question? How many girls have you slept with? Now this is a big one. So a girl's going to ask you, how many girls have you slept with? I want you to say, why are you asking me this question? Now you're going to find yourself in a lot of different situations with girls. You're going to have trouble continuing conversation. You might even have some trouble getting her interested when she's asking you questions like these. And what I've done is created a new program called Hooked. And I want you to check this out at getherhooked.com. This is my brand new program, and I just announced it recently, and most people don't know about it. And so I want you to check it out, and I want you to learn how you can get girls hooked on you. You see, this is just the very beginning, the tip of the iceberg here when talking to girls. But my program Hooked is going to teach you the certain things to say that get her interested in you, the different type of personality flavors that you need to have so she becomes invested in you and wants to meet up with you, and how to get her so turned on that she is dying to meet you, have sex with you, and become your girlfriend. This is all at getherhooked.com. Go to that website right now, and I want you to learn more about the program. I'm going to put the link in the description below so you can get to that and discover how to make women obsessed with you. Now, what I want you to do is write in the comments below another loaded question. So if you have another loaded question that girls ask you, write that down below in the comments, and I'll be there to help you out in terms of how to answer it. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video.